How cute are these shaggy trees? In this tutorial I'm going to show you how quick and easy they are to make yourself. You can try out different materials. I think the ones that worked out best was the chunky yarn and the merino wool, but here I also use pampas grass and macrame. You only need a few items to make them: a cardboard or polystyrene cone, your yarn or material of choice, some scissors and a hot glue gun, and then a star to finish at the end. You want to cut your yarn into equal lengths. These are about 12-15 centimeters long, but it will depend on your cone size to what length you want them. Just remember that they're going to be folded in half, so have a little play and see which size you like best. You don't need to be perfect with these, just make them roughly the same size and it will work great. Then all you need to do is take your piece of yarn or your material you're using, fold it in half, and then you're going to glue the folded end to the cone. You want it to have some movement, so just glue the end part so that the two separate parts can wiggle around. And it's as simple as that. You just repeat this around and around the cone until you get to the top part. You start on the next layer just above and it's exactly the same. Just glue the folded end just above the other folded end and it will create a nice layered effect. You may not need to do this step, but mine was a little long, so I trimmed the bottom layer. And then once I'm finished adding all the yarn, I go along and trim and tidy up any extra pieces that need it. When you get to the top of the cone, you want to work upwards rather than around, and just be a little bit more mindful when placing the yarn, as it will be more obvious and you want it to look neater. And then you just add your star to finish. For the curly shaggy tree, the process is exactly the same. The only difference is that I unravelled the yarn beforehand, so you will need like a 3-ply twisted yarn to be able to do this one. I wanted to create more of a shaggier, fuller look, so I would grab 2 or 3 of the strands at a time and just attach them on at the ends to give more of a textured feel. For the pampas grass, I cut it up into long, smaller pieces, and I also started at the top with the pampas grass. I took the longest pieces I had and then worked my way down, filling in any gaps that you can see. Also, just make sure you're careful when you're adding the glue. You don't want to glue pieces already added, so just move it out of the way and then you can cover it back up afterwards. I did also spray the pampas grass ones with hairspray to try and stop the molting, but it really did get everywhere, so just be mindful of that if you're creating one of these ones. was very similar to the chunky yarn at the beginning. I just cut these ones a lot smaller. I still folded them over and just attached at the folded end. I really love the look of these ones. So just like before, you want to work your way around, and then when you get to the top, just be a little bit more careful and work your way upwards. And that is how super simple they are to make. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. Happy crafting!